What's up guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you the default setups for every site on Oregon, and I don't want to waste your time with a long intro or anything like that, so we're just going to get right into it. So we're going to be starting with kids dorms and dorms main hall, so basically the top floor, which is generally the first site you're going to go on Oregon. I'm going to be selecting Thunderbird, that's just because she has a shotgun and deployable shield. In most site setups you're going to be wanting to run at least one shotgun, whether it's a primary or secondary shotgun, doesn't matter. And then you're going to usually want to be having at least one shield in a lineup. Alright, so to start, you're going to want to reinforce this kids to big window wall. You're going to reinforce the left side, and then you're going to make feet holes on the right. Then you're going to make a rotate from kids into attic, and then reinforce this wall. Then you're going to want to reinforce the two games walls. Obviously, I hope that one person isn't doing all of this, but if you look around site and you're seeing some of these walls that are reinforced, just feel free to start reinforcing them. You're also going to want to make some head holes on the games to top white wall, and then some head holes in the trophy to attic wall on the right side. Then reinforce the left side. And then two walls that are almost always reinforced are these attic walls. And then the last wall that's considered default for a kid's setup is this armory wall, just the left side. Alright, and so that's mostly it for what's considered default. You do have two reinforcements left over, which you can use in a variety of ways. Maybe you want to reinforce these two master walls, maybe you want to reinforce two walls downstairs. And now the other thing that's not necessarily considered default but is pretty common is the shield placement. So there's pretty much three places that you could put it. You can either put it in armory. Usually you'll do this if you have like a Womai or a Jaeger and you have to throw some ADSs or Frisbees around the shield. Another possible place you could put it is in attic. And this gives you an angle on a trophy door. So if they really want to push in a trophy without being seen, you can they'll have to clear the shield. And it's a little bit harder of an angle to hit than if it were just in the final possible spot, which is by kids, in front of kids' door, right about here. So this is pretty much the three common spots you'll put a shield. If you put them in any of those locations, I don't think your team's going to get mad at you. Alright, next we're going to be going laundry room, supply room, or laundry supply, so basically basement on Oregon. It's largely considered the secondary site you go. So you usually start by opening a rotate with blue, and then opening a rotate between sites. And then you're going to reinforce this blue wall, and then reinforce the right cluster wall. You're then going to want to make head holes on the left side on the reinforcement, and then come over to laundry and reinforce the left laundry to freezer wall. And then of course make head holes on the right side. You're also going to want to make some head holes, or just something higher than head holes, in this pillar wall. That allows you to watch tower stairs walk down, and then you're going to want to reinforce this right electrical wall. And then of course open up the left side. The next thing you're going to want to do is make sure all three hatches are gotten. Now that site's been pretty much set up and no one's coming back from getting hatches, I would recommend reinforcing a few barricades. So one of the things I would recommend barricading is this freezer door, as well as the two main doors. This will give you a bit of a sound cue if anyone tries to rush down the main stairs. Alright, so once everything is reinforced and you have all the rotates, the last thing you're going to want to do when setting up site is throw a shield in blue. This is almost always here. As long as you have a shield, this is pretty much where it's going to go. You will notice that we've got about 3 reinforcements left over. One is almost always pocketed for this blue wall, so if this shield gets destroyed, you're going to want to reinforce this wall off so that you don't have to worry about elbow anymore. So the last 2 reinforcements can pretty much be used wherever you want. A lot of teams will reinforce both these walls. I would definitely say reinforcing the right electrical wall is very helpful. And maybe making head holes in this wall to watch the stairs, or you can just reinforce both. Either way should work as long as your teammates are aware of the angles they could be exposed to. Alright, the next site we're going to be going is Meeting Kitchen. This site almost kind of requires a castle, so I'm going to be running him just to show you guys where those are, and he also has a shotgun and a bulletproof. Two other staples of this site. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you guys the reinforcements and the rotates, and then I'll show you guys the castle barricades. So the first thing you're going to want to reinforce is this kitchen to dining wall, and then make head holes in the kitchen to security wall, and a rotate. You're then going to want to make a rotate between sites. I usually do it on the left side of this wall, just so you can't be seen from garage. You'll then go and reinforce both split walls. As well as the right stage wall. And then you're going to make feet holes on the left side of it. Next, you're going to go upstairs, or hopefully someone else will go upstairs. And then you're going to reinforce the two attic to tower walls, as well as the two kids to big window walls. I would also recommend, because you'll be playing up here, to open the meeting hatch, but if you want to open that late round or not open it at all, that's also okay. Then you're going to want to make a rotate between kids and attic, and like I said before, reinforce these two walls. The last two reinforcements are a little bit more flexible when it comes to where you want to place them. You can place them on this attic to trophy wall and then open up the right side of the wall so you can swing master. You can also put it on this wall, the attic to kids walls, or you can reinforce both these games walls. Now for the castle barricades, the three are pretty standard. So first you're going to want to put one here on this security door. Then you're going to put one on the split double door, right over here. And then the third castle barricade should go on this green hall double door. And as for the fourth, it's a little bit more flexible as to how you guys want to play again. What a lot of teams do is just throw it on this dining single door, so that way they can move around kitchen relatively freely. And now for this bulletproof. A pretty standard spot to put the bulletproof is just back of sandbags, so you can watch meeting stage. The final site we're going to be going is kitchen dining. This often has castle involved with it as well, so I'll be running him just to show you where those castle barricades go. The first thing you're going to want to do when spawning in is make a rotate between dining and showers. And then you're going to want to reinforce the dining to the small tower wall. And then you're also going to want to reinforce this dining to showers wall. I'll go over exactly why more in the second part of this video. And then when you're in the showers, you're going to want to reinforce the right side of the wall, and then open up feet holes on the left. And then you're going to want to make some head holes in the security, the kitchen wall, as well as the same rotate as we did last round. And then reinforce these two meeting walls. The remaining four reinforcements will probably be used upstairs. The first two are pretty standard, and those go on the kids to big window walls, just these two. And the final two are a little bit more arbitrary. They can go on the games walls, or they can go on the attic wall, but I'll go over that in a second. First thing I want to go over is the castle barricades. So pretty much the default setup with regards to these castle barricades is one on the small tower double door, one on the shower's window, and then one on this bottom white double door. The final castle barricade, as well as a few rotates that I'm about to be showing you, as well as a few holes, and the two reinforcements are a little bit more up to you guys of how you want to play them. So I'll give you guys my recommendation of what I see a lot. So one of the rotates that I see a lot is also this one. The other thing is making holes in the top of this wall, or you can make head holes to swing off of. You're also definitely going to want to open the kids hatch. That way you can play in kids and still kind of be able to stop anyone pushing small tower. As for the final castle barricade, a lot of teams throw it on the security door just to add a little layer of protection for anyone playing security. And then for the last two reinforcements, what's pretty common is they'll just throw it on these two games walls. And then the last part that I can't actually show physically is having a shield in showers. A lot of teams will throw a shield right here. You just have to bear with me as we pretend this bulletproof as a shield. And that about wraps up Oregon. If you've made it this far in the video, I do want to make something very clear. These setups, in my opinion, are not the best site setups you're ever going to find to defend Oregon with. But I do believe they are the safest, and right now they're considered to be default. Setups that I and pro players would consider better also require more communication and coordination. Those setups are fine and very fun to learn and very fun to try out in your ranked stacks, but I wouldn't do that unless you've got a dedicated 5 players to learn those setups with. Otherwise, you're just going to end up shooting yourself and your teammates in the foot. Let me know if this video was helpful and if you'd like to see more beginner-friendly content like this.